Thank you all so much for coming to the first inaugural Scissors and Shovel Day in the District of Columbia. And this is the mayor's first stop today, and we're very excited. But before we continue, I cannot stand on this stage by myself. This transaction was brought together because of the vision of the board of directors of the Phyllis Whitley YWCA. They've been around for over 100 years. And to be that conduit, for me and my team to be that conduit to help take it and lead it and help out for the next 100 years is so, so humbling. So there's no way that I can stand here. This is not about, it's not about us, it's about the great work that the board of directors, particularly the chair, and Ms. Holloway have been doing with the Phyllis Whitley. So please, I need you. I need you.
You need me?
I need you.
Of course, you know it's not a single person. We have a board, so it's a team effort, and we have great business partners. So it's all good. It really is. And I'll come back later and talk a little bit about our history, but that was it. But welcome to the wall breaking. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, real quickly, I'm going to share a brief story, then introduce our fearless leader. You know, every now and then, we have to do things that are unselfish. We have to do things that are outside of our comfort zone, challenging, but extremely, extremely gratifying. This is what the Phyllis Whitley YWCA transaction represents to me and my team at Dantes Partners. From our very first encounter, November 20th, 2012, we had no idea what this deal meant or where it would take us. What we did find out is that we are in no different a space as the Louvre in Paris or any of the museums here in the District of Columbia. Our very own cherished historic landmark that has its roots from 1923 to House Women of Transition. To help lead that charge is Ms. Plummer and the impassioned board members who have worked tirelessly to sustain and preserve history. We knew going into this that it would be no ordinary task. Hence the reason why it took 2 years and 9 sources of financing to bring us to where we are today. I can tell you that the board challenged us every step of the way, every step. And I can tell you that we are in a much, much better development company due to the interaction and just sheer passion that we were able to garner from our partners. One of the many challenges was to bring about deeper diversification in how we conduct business, as well as how we go about engaging vendors. Hence, why I'm very proud to share with you the very diverse team we've been working with to bring this development to fruition. Moreover, and this is, I don't know if Ms. Plummer remembers, this project also inspired me to bring about diversification on my own team, and frankly motivated me to seek out Latoya Thomas, who has done an excellent job. Where's Latoya? Hey, Latoya. It's all Ms. Plummer's fault. She was like, you need women on your team. And so, Latoya and the rest of the DP team have added tremendous amount of value, as well as a lasting impression that this deal has meant to me. And, the truth is, you do not get any less of a project for being inclusive. And that's what was instilled in me over the last 2 years. Anyway, Ms. Plummer and her colleagues on the board, as well as Ms. Holloway, were unafraid to select us to carry out their vision for the next 100 years, but also entrust us with what is their most valuable asset. And for that, I am eternally grateful. DHCD was unafraid to provide loans, forgive grants, award much needed credits. The Housing Authority was also unafraid to provide ACC, LRSP, as well as capital funds. Same for our lenders, same for our equity investors, and our very good friends at ThinkBox, Hamel, Urban Ingenuity, and our very own Commissioner Alex Padro when we mentioned this deal to him months and months ago. To cap it all off, we have a mayor who is unafraid of using the various tools in her box. And I have to tell you, she has a lot of tools. I'm sure you guys just saw her swing that bat. To care for the underprivileged, the homeless, and now women in transition. Dante's Partners is only too happy to be a conduit for affordable housing, and it is a great honor to have you all here to witness history being remade as our mayor of this great city is working tirelessly to make this happen for affordable housing. Ladies and gentlemen, our fearless mayor, Muriel Bowser.
Well, good morning, everybody. So now you know what I can do with a sledgehammer. Now you know what I can do. But I can do so much more when we have just tremendous partners and people who are focused on how we continue the progress in our great city, but make sure more people can participate in that progress. And I'm so happy to be here in a beautiful, storied community in Washington, D.C., the great and wonderful Shaw. I really want to thank all of the community members who are here, and why don't we start with our littlest ones from Seton Elementary School. Give a hand to the boys and girls. So when we think about why we fight so hard, and Bua, when you think about coming up with all these creative solutions for financing and creating affordable housing in the District of Columbia, we all can think about ourselves, but we better be thinking about them too, because that is why we're doing the hard work that we're doing. And I know we have a friend and partner in our council member from Ward 6, Councilmember Charles Allen. Give him a big round of applause. I know that we have a friend in Commissioner Padro, and I know he's around here, and give him a round of applause, and all of the Ward 6 commissioners. I want to also thank our friends from the federal government, Marvin Turner, who is here, who's from HUD. And we had the opportunity to walk through this very building with Secretary Castro, who had a lot of ideas about how the federal government can be involved in making sure we're preserving affordable housing all over DC. And we also want to thank our government officials. Our deputy mayor for greater economic opportunity is here. Her name is Courtney Snowden. Now, Courtney is here for the groundbreaking, but she's also participating in a ride-along day with the mayor, and that is important too. We have one of our neighbors, and we're going to make sure he gets some help, okay? All right. And then I want to recognize my friend Tommy Wells, who is the director of the Department of Energy and the Environment, Director Polly Donaldson from Housing and Community Development, Director Adrian Todman from the Housing Authority, and Dr. Tanya Royster, who is from our Department of Behavioral Health, who is just right there. So as you heard Bua mention, the Y here has been providing services for women for over 100 years. And we have to stay focused on how we preserve transitional housing all across our city, and especially in fast-changing neighborhoods like Shaw. I am so happy that the N Street Village will be working hand in hand with the Phyllis Wheatley Center. We know with this renovation that the women here will have new amenities like laundry and green space. and services that will help everybody get on the pathway to the middle class. And we are looking forward to that. I don't have to tell you about our commitment to $100 million each and every year with the council's support in closing gaps for affordable housing. I also don't have to tell you about our commitment to ending homelessness in the District of Columbia. I want to thank the council for stepping up with us to make sure that we can make the bold changes that we need to ensure that we have safe emergency shelter for families, for singles, that we end veteran homelessness, that we end family homelessness, and we assure that homelessness, period, is rare, brief, and non-recurring in our city. And that's why we fight so hard, right? And that's why we're going to keep fighting. You know the old adage, anything worth having is worth fighting hard for. And if it was easy, somebody else would have done it a long time ago. So we're going to wake up every single day, and we're going to knock one brick out at a time if we have to make sure that we are building the type of city that we can all be proud of, that serves all the people of Washington. Thank you.
So you all heard me say in November, we got a call, and we sat down with Ms. Plummer and the rest of the board, and all I could do was just express my passion. And I just said, Ms. Plummer, all you need to do is also just believe in us and the team, and we'll get there. So we are finally here. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Patricia Plummer. I'm the president of the board of directors. And on behalf of the board is sitting right over here, I would just like to welcome everyone to this, our wall breaking. This is Phyllis Wheatley, YWCA. For those of you who have never been here before, welcome. And for those of you who know us, we thank you for your continued support. This is a wonderful occasion for us. As board of directors, we serve voluntarily. I have an outstanding board. They are committed and dedicated to giving their time, talent, and treasures to maintain the commitment and the mission of Phyllis Wheatley, and that is to serve women in need. And I can tell you that as a board, we stand on the shoulders of those African American women that stood where we currently stand. And we are steadfast to the mission. We all know that the city has gone through a lot of changes, but one thing that has not changed is the mission of Phyllis Wheatley YWCA. We are in business to help women in need. That is what we do. And we have been doing that for over a century, and we do it well. Okay. But this is the board. So board, raise your hand. We have family and friends aboard in attendance. Thank you so much. They're wonderful women, and they're here because they are committed to the cause. And Phyllis Wheatley has been in this building since 1920. So we have been providing affordable housing in the Shaw area for over 95 years. That is what we've done also. And we've been a mainstay in this community. And as a result of our presence here, of course, we have some community friends that I'd like just to recognize. Let's start with Seton Elementary School in the back. They've already been recognized. Through our program committee, we do a lot of activities with Seton through their entire academic year. Today with us, we have two third-grade classes that they're just studying Washington, D.C. and the Shaw community. So this is a perfect opportunity for them to be here, to hear about Shaw, to hear about the history of Shaw for their class. So hopefully it'll be an educational experience for them and Ms. Kirkpatrick. Maybe they can write a little paper. I don't know. But, they're here, and this is education, so I hope that the kids are having a good time. And also, just so you know, Seton is right across the street on Rhode Island Avenue, and that's where they are. So they're definitely one of our community partners. We also have a representative here from ASALH. That is Carter G. Woodson's organization. And ASALH stands for the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. They used to be in Shaw. In fact, Carter G. Woodson was a resident of Shaw. When Phyllis Wheatley used to prepare meals, he was one of our patrons. He ate here regularly. In fact, the representative from ASALH says he would come here and knock on Dorothy Heights' door. She was executive director at that time, and he would come here and have his meals here. So there's a lot of history with this building, because we are here, we've been here for a long time. And we all, And there's also a representative from New Bethel Baptist Church here. That's one of our Shaw neighbors also. So he is here. And I met him earlier, and I don't see him now. Oh, there he is. So thank you for coming. All right. And so this renovation project is really about our tenants. And the tenants are here. Thank you, ladies, for coming. You know, through the years, the board, not our board, but other boards have done little small projects, nothing to this magnitude. The current board, we've done some renovation. We have plenty of ideas of how we wanted to renovate our building, but like a lot of not-for-profit organizations, we had limited resources. So our partners, so we as a board are very grateful and very fortunate that we are now in partnership with Dante's Partners, because through this partnership, Dante's Partners, through the partnership, we are able to fully renovate our building. And ladies, this is for you. This is your home. So once we renovate, you will still be here, and we will still be providing you with affordable housing. You will have a 21st century building to live in with some other amenities that we can't provide you right now, but through this renovation project, it will be a brand new building, and I think it'll be a building you're proud of. I know that right now is somewhat of a construction zone, and I just ask you to bear with us. It's a lot of dust, a lot of noise, and I think in a few short months, you will be very proud of the finished product. And we will still be able to, it'll be home for you, okay? Okay, lastly, I just want to say that, like I said, this is a huge project for the board. We're a relatively unassuming board. We do little things. So we've never done anything to this magnitude. This is major for us. And as I told Bull when we first met him, it's challenging, but we're up for the challenge. We will not be a silent partner. I think he knows that. We will be a fully engaged partner. And I think when it's all over, we will all have a product that we're proud of, I'm sorry. So thank you so much for joining us today. Bua, thank you always for what you bring to the partnership. And I know your guys here, we'll bring them up a little later, but thank you so much for everything. Thank you.
I fully do not expect you to be silent at all. You've been, but also caring and compassionate. You know, it's one of those few rare moments where it's really truly not about the money. It's about really caring. Miss Plummer reminds me all the time. Bua, is that how you say it? Bua, Bua, you gotta think about the ladies, Bua. Bua, you gotta think about the ladies. And she fights for you all the time. So know that you have someone who's very, very compassionate. So thank you. Our next speaker of the day is from HUD, and you know it's not that often that you have the federal government reaching down, but in this instance, due to the magnitude of this transaction and what this transaction means, we're very, very grateful to have the Department of Housing and Urban Development be part of this transaction. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marvin Turner.
Well, I don't know if the federal government is reaching down. I think that in this particular case, with everything going on, we're reaching up and hoping to be a great partner on this deal. Thank you, Board, for your thoughtfulness in inviting the Secretary. Secretary Castro thanks you for your work in development and also congratulates you on your recognition for the Washington Business Journal as one of the top minority business leaders for 2015.
Thank you.
So I do bring you greetings from the Secretary. He asked me to thank you for your kind invitation. Unfortunately, he could not be here today, but asked that I speak on his behalf. As many of you know, and as you heard earlier, Secretary Castro and Mayor Bowser met right here at Phyllis Wheatley YWCA to kick off 50 years of HUD and to tour this great neighborhood of Shaw. He asked that I personally thank the staff and board of directors of the Phyllis Wheatley YWCA for their hospitality during his visit and for continued service. Mayor Bowser, thank you for your work. It is fitting that you are the one that knocked down the walls. As you are tearing down the barriers to affordable housing, reducing the effects of homelessness, and also removing barriers of technology through DC Mobile Tech Lab and DC Connect Home. We are pleased with your commitment through the Mayor's Challenge and through the District of Columbia's Homeward DC strategic plan to end homelessness. I was also thankful to have such great partners in Director Donaldson and Director Todman and Director Wells, as well as the City Council here. I thank you, and I look forward to hearing all of your remarks. This particular project is an example of the innovative work done by the city, the DC Housing, and the DC Housing Authority. This mixed finance project involves the rehabilitation of 84 units and the renovation of this great facility. We're thankful that HUD capital funds and ACC units can be used in this project. But more than that, we're confident that this project will also increase energy efficiency. I bet you wonder how I did that, right? The President's Better Business Challenge continues to drive progress in this realm. But it is clear that this challenge of better buildings and more efficient energy is a great threat and one of the future challenges related to climate change. And the President has a climate change plan. Climate change is not just harmful to the environment, as our friends from Energy would know. It threatens our property, our transportation, our comfort, and our overall quality of life. Projects such as these inspire the imagination that we as a great nation, a great city, and a great community can do when we expand our minds. Let me close by just quoting a couple of lines in a poem by Miss Wheatley, who was one of the first, if not only, but the first rather, African-American poet or black poets who met George Washington and several other folks. And she said in one of her poems, "And may the charms of each seraphic theme conduct thy footsteps to immortal fame. High to the blissful wonders of the skies, elate thy souls and raise thy wishful eyes." Thank you for your courtesy. May God continue to bless you all, and may God continue to bless these United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marvin Toner. Our next speaker, I've had the pleasure of working with when he was a staffer on the council, and watching him grow has been nothing but a pleasure. And I really, really look forward to great things from him, and also look forward to his growth on the city council as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Commissioner Charles Arlen.
Thank you, Boo, and good morning, everybody. Good morning. It might be afternoon. I'm really, really glad to be here, and I appreciate being able to be a part of this. I think we probably should give another round of applause for that sledgehammer throw. I'm a little jealous, to be honest. That was pretty good. I'm really thrilled to be here, though, because when I think about affordable housing in our city, I think of it in two places. One is the preservation of the affordable housing that we have, and the second is the creation of new affordable housing that we need. And we can talk about that for the whole city. I think in particular, we talk about that in this neighborhood in Shaw as we watch so much transition happening right now. And I want to talk actually about a different project and then come right back to this one, because I think we need to make sure we're giving kudos to where the inspiration comes from. When we think about the creation of new affordable housing, just a couple of blocks away from here, we have an opportunity to create more. And I want to make sure we commend the mayor on this, because the tone is set at the top. We had an opportunity to have a project move forward. The mayor said, let's see what more we can get. Let's see if we can add a little bit more affordable housing into a project that's just a couple of blocks away from here. Now that may mean it takes 6 more months or so to get the deal done, but what it means is for the life of a project, for generations, we have more affordable housing. That's just down the block on 8th Street. And I want to make sure we acknowledge that, because that's an important piece of our future here in Shaw. So thank you, Madam Mayor, for making that such a priority. And then we get to here, which is the preservation of affordable housing. And I'm thrilled to see the way in which this project is being done. We talk about how do we make sure we don't disrupt a community that already exists when we go through projects like this. And we've talked, Director Tom and I have talked a lot about how do you make build first work. I think you're seeing it work right here. There may be some inconveniences that go with it, but it's a way we help keep a neighborhood, we keep a community together as we go through restoring and maintaining for generations to come incredibly important housing. And I know how important this is. I've got a friend of mine and a friend, Director Wells, when she was at a place in her life, when she needed housing, she needed a roof over her head, she was in a very tough spot. She found it right here in this building. And that is what is very important. And so, Ms. Plummer, when you talk about the board doing lots of small things, I got to disagree with you because you do big things every single day to make sure that a place like this has its doors open, has a roof, has the type of care and dignity that we need for our residents is incredibly important. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Ms. Mayor, and to the entire team celebrating today. Thank you.
You know, creativity, sometimes, everyone always says, oh, Bua, here you go again with your mad scientist ways. But, I have to disagree sometimes because the truth is creativity really truly comes at the top of the agencies that we work with in helping to usher projects like this to move forward. And I'm really, really happy, Madam Mayor, that you have selected someone that I find to be very creative, extremely hardworking, and tough, yes. but also, I think she has a lot in common with projects such as this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Director of the Department of Housing and Community Development, Director Polly Donaldson. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. I was trying to think, because I know a lot of us are talking about the same themes of partnership and public and private and different sources and leadership and such. To me, it's also an intentionality. This project, this place, this history, the intentionality of incorporating housing resources into our Homeward DC strategic plan to end homelessness. That's intentional. It's intentional that the current residents will not be displaced and will be able to stay in this ever-changing neighborhood. It's intentional. It's intentional that we are working together with our federal partners and with local agencies, that we have a way to efficiently in our government be able to say it's a one-stop shop. Come to DHCD, you can access Housing Authority resources, you can access DBH resources, you can access Department of Human Services resources. One-stop shop where you can put together a complete project that supports your social service partners, that supports the development finance. That's intentional and it's smart government, and that's what this project represents. DBH put in $2.2 million, the Department of Behavioral Health. Thank you very much. Department of Energy and Environment, you will hear from Director Wells, also put in funds for energy efficiency as well as the DC Sustainable Energy Utility. Again, resources from across the government intentionally. DHCD, we put in the 9% tax credits, a little bit of investment that pays big dividends. So $800,000 generates more than $8 million towards this project. We are preserving the affordable housing here. We are providing services support from N Street Village, but most importantly, with the leadership of the board of the Phyllis Wheatley Y and Dante's Partners, we have a project that is going to be completed, a bunch of homes here that are going to really be here in the neighborhood for forever. And that is really what's most important and very intentional. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, little bit of backstory. When we're doing this transaction, I was sitting down with the team at Dante's Partners, and one of the things that we just kept trying to figure out is how are we going to make the rents of this project affordable to the tenants, such that all of these investments we make does not require us to increase the rents. I am happy to let you know that for most of the tenants in this building, their rents will actually decrease to where it is right now. And that all is made possible because of our extremely creative, hardworking team that Ms. Todman, the Director of Housing Authority, has put together. Ms. Smizer, Alistair, Andrea Powell. I mean, we're talking about folks who I just don't know how they make it work, but they just teach me every single day how to figure out a way to make it such that the folks who need to reside in the District of Columbia are able to do so in an affordable manner. So with that, Director Todman. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to just spend a minute or so talking about the historic significance of this site, notwithstanding the amazing work being done by the ladies, and notwithstanding the collaborative effort that we have as agencies. This is the first time in the history of the city that we've figured out how to make two different pots that we have come together. For a long time, we've tried to figure out how to make a public housing subsidy that brings rents down, work with a voucher subsidy to bring rents down. And we've never been able to figure it out, Madam Mayor, until this site. So I just want to say that no matter what comes behind us, this was the moment for the first time in this city, in this country, that we've been able to master this very, very nuanced financial matter. And I want to say congratulations to Dante for being a partner with us. I want to thank my amazing team who you spoke out already, Carrie and Alistair, Merrick Malone and Kimberly Black King, who've been working on this. I want to thank all of the residents here. My heart is full to know that the work we do, you will be able to stay here in your home. And that's God's blessing. And to all of our partners who are here, and to the council, and to my very distinguished board members who are here, Aquarius Rengashri, Ken Council, Shalor Fisher, I think Frank Lancaster was here, and to our chair, Terry Thompson. So proud to be here in this historic moment. So proud to be here with this mayor and this council at this time. Lots to learn from what we do here. God bless.
Thank you. Sometimes it takes a little bit of craziness to make a project like this possible. So in addition to all of the other tools that you heard us talk about earlier, we made our lives even more complicated by introducing the DC PACE Urban Annuity Financing Program. And in order for that, and I know I'm probably being a little too technical, I'm sorry, I can't help it, I'm a nerd, it's just what I am. But we needed a lender. And while we were negotiating with our partners at Urban Ingenuity, literally in the middle of the meeting, I pick up the phone and I called my go-to lender. And I said, Carissa, I'm doing this crazy thing. You got to be involved. And she was like, that sounds good. I think we'll do it. It's like, wow, you're just as crazy as I am. This is perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, Carissa Stanley, Amalgamated Bank. Thank you.
I actually think the conversation did go exactly that way. So I've known Bua for a number of years, and you continue to do fantastic projects such as this that just go beyond what I ever thought that I would be a part of. So as a banker, I could not be happier to be here. As a leading progressive bank in the nation, Amalgamated Bank is pleased to be a part of this project, and in partnership with Dante's Partners again, and the Phyllis Wheatley YWCA. We are pleased to be in partnership with the city's PACE program, functioning as the capital provider of PACE funding for this project. You'll hear more about PACE in subsequent remarks, but Amalgamated Bank finds that the PACE program is an incredible investment tool that allowed us to increase our community-based lending and demonstrate our commitment to affordable housing in DC while promoting energy-saving measures that are of great benefit to projects across the district, including this one. We are excited to be the third lender in DC to partner on a PACE project. Happy about that. We wanted to be second, but we made third. And I'm happy to be partnering with Ian and Bracken, who, I don't know if you've ever worked on long deals, but if you have, if you haven't met somebody and you hear their voice and you recognize them by their voice, that means you've been in the trenches with them. And that's what happened with Bracken and Ian and I. And I'm just so happy to have been pulled into this project. And we look forward to doing many, many more with both PACE and Dante's and Phyllis Wheatley. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I introduce our next speaker, I just wanted to also acknowledge Wells Fargo, our go-to investor. I see Imani here. Say hi. She's very shy. She didn't want to speak. I also see Josephine Lowe. And just so that everybody understands the magnitude and the level of trust and confidence that Wells has in Dante's Partners, this transaction took Dante's Partners investments this transaction took Wells Fargo's investment in all of Dante's Partners project over $100 million, all here in the District of Columbia. So that's a lot of affordable housing units that they have helped finance. So thank you very much for all that you've done. Our next lender was the very first lender we had on this transaction. The first. Took a huge leap of faith. Before we had any of the sources of financing that we mentioned today, we called Holly. I was like, Holly, this is a good deal. It's like, Holly, this is the deal you want to be a part of. And guess what, Holly? We're going to take you to the promised land. And you know what? Holly, thank you. Thank you for extending that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is the type of deal that we love investing in across the country. I work at Corporation for Supportive Housing. We've invested about $500 million in supportive housing projects, as I said, across the country. This is, I think, our third loan here in DC. So we're very happy, and quite a number of them have repaid. So thanks to DHCD and the Unified RFP, we will keep making loans here. So we've been thrilled over the past 3 years to see a growing number of applications that have come in to DHCD through the Unified RFP process, and with more and more supportive housing units every year. We've now have had 3 loans with Dante's Partners. We're looking forward to more, of course. And I'd say partnership and upfront planning is what has made Phyllis Wheatley this project a reality. Dante's and the Y came to CSH early, not only for our lending, but for our technical expertise around financing supportive housing. Through our help and our lending, we also met N Street Village. We're very excited that they're a part of this project. They provide invaluable flexible service to Phyllis Wheatley tenants that enables these vulnerable women to live healthy and stable lives. I congratulate all parties involved for their perseverance, and I congratulate the current tenants on being patient during these times of change. As you think about your projects for upcoming RFPs, we hear January, February, March. We'll give Polly a little leeway there. I challenge all of you to create more projects with experienced partners, thoughtful design, and the types of quality services that are offered and will be offered here at the Phyllis Wheatley YWCA. And of course, please always reach out to CSH for any pre-development lending and technical expertise. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we're almost there. Thanks for hanging. It actually feels like the last two years just sort of, we're gonna try and break it all down in 2 hours, but bear with us. So in the middle of closing this deal, we had submitted our building permit. We've finally seen the light, and we were in the office one day, my phone rings or I get an email, and he came highly recommended by this gentleman. The next gentleman I'm introducing came highly recommended by a friend of mine, and I was like, sure, I'll meet with you, no problem. So Darren comes into the office, and Darren says, I've got a great tool for you. It's going to save you a lot of money, bring about energy efficiency. And I was like, man, I don't have time for that. I really don't have time. It sounds good. I'm not exactly sure how this helps in the bottom line. I don't have time for this, but it was great meeting you. But Darren was just very persistent. It's like, you know what? Why don't I just show you how it can actually bring about much needed change to this building such that you can really reduce your operating expenses. And I am so thankful for what Darren has opened my eyes. Sometimes we get, again, like I said earlier, we get so comfortable in our own skin. We get so used to doing things the way we like to do them. And thankfully, Darren exposed me to going further by helping us introduce highly energy. See, like that. That's energy, right, Darren? That's you. That's your energy. That's your highly energy efficient equipment, in addition to a solar panel that we're going to put throughout the entire roof. And you also introduced me to Bracken as well. And the both of you combined really make me feel dumb. I don't know if you know that. Like, I have never felt so dumb. I was like way too technical. But these two gentlemen, please give them an opportunity to tell them their story. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Darren Coates. I'm the managing director of ThinkBox Group. We develop renewable energy, and energy efficiency projects throughout the United States. I met Boo, as he said. They were ready to finish this thing, and we asked him to open it back up, which was not very welcome at the time. But I have to thank the board, and I have to thank Dante's partners for being innovative and for being willing to at least evaluate opportunities. Boo is very modest. He's an extremely smart guy. We probably ran more financial models with Boo than we ever have combined. But once we got there, we were really happy to play a small role in working, most importantly, in working with the residents here and helping to lower energy costs and provide sustainable opportunities. So we're really happy to play a small role. When we got to the financing of our piece of the project, I think we really needed a unique model, and the DC PACE program was just coming about a year or so ago. My partner, Paul Arences, who's standing in the back, Paul, say hello, the smart part of our team. Paul said that we should absolutely look at PACE for this particular opportunity, and I'm really glad we did. Bracken and the PACE team and Amalgamated have been extremely good to work with, and we look forward to doing a lot more PACE and energy efficiency deals here in the district. So with that, I'll introduce Bracken Hendricks, who is from the DC PACE program.
Thank you very much. I'm Bracken Hendricks. I run a company called Urban Ingenuity, and we administer the DC PACE financing program. And I just want to say one thing to the residents and to the board members who are going to be here for the extended period of time. Above your door, it says, "I am come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly." And when you see that every day, I want you to think of the solar panels on the roof. Because we want to bring you more abundant life for a very long time to come. This is our contribution through PACE financing to you. And it's a spiritual proposition, it's a moral proposition. And as Bua enabled with his trust in the PACE program, we are one of the 9 sources of financing, and not every developer will put together a capital stack that includes 9 sources of financing. We also, DC PACE had to get the explicit approval of the Department of Housing and Community Development, of the DC Housing Authority, and of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. 3 separate government financing agencies had to look at these numbers and say it's going to save you more money than you spend over time. So it's increasing the abundance of the project. And we're very thankful for their trust as well. So I want to say very specifically that PACE and this project prove that building a clean energy economy really is economic development. You're saving more money on your utility bills than you're spending to put these measures in. And what that does is that frees up dollars for supportive services to women in need in transition. It frees up dollars for affordable housing. So a green economy really is a better economy for people in need and in transition. And that's the message of PACE. And I especially want to thank today the mayor and Director Tommy Wells, who runs the Department of Energy and Environment, and DC PACE is a program of the Department of Energy and Environment, for enabling this program to exist in the district, for their incredible leadership, and for understanding this proposition of clean energy as economic development, and for placing the District of Columbia at the leadership of the nation on clean energy and building a clean energy economy, and for placing clean energy at the forefront of their vision for economic development. So without further delay, I want to introduce Director Wells, and thank you for your leadership.
Thank you. And Boo, it's been fun to watch you grow up too. So I'm honored to be here with our local leadership, part of the mayor's team. Very honored to be here with my city councilman, Charles Allen, and with our federal partners, our private partners, and of course the leadership of this great place we've been hearing about today. Now, when the mayor put me in charge of the environment, and you see how she swings a sledgehammer, she said, "Tommy, we want a pretty day today." I wasn't going to argue, and so we have done our best. Some could call it global warming, but let me say directly to the board members that you are certainly leading on a social mission, and Ms. Plummer, with your leadership as well, showing what our city's values are, but what you've also done for the environment and leadership, that you've taken a step out there with great partners. Well, you've taken a step out there to show about environmental leadership as well, and that the environmental values for our future. This is a model for the nation. I know that, I believe, Mr. Turner, this is the first time that a PACE program has been coupled with HUD, with a HUD project, and this it shows what can be done. Your leadership, your vision, your values are really building a better future for all of us, not just for the residents here, but for the model of what can be done around environmental stewardship. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Every time we do this, I always feel uncomfortable about taking center stage. I mean, I understand my role, I understand what I have to do as a leader, but the truth is, there's so many people that help bring this deal together. And you know, Corey has a thing now. You know, I don't get as involved in projects like I used to. And you know, Corey always says, "Oh, all you do now is just go out and look pretty." And you know, that's not it. That's not it. So to help usher in all the folks that have helped really put this all together is Ms. Plummer, because she and I have worked with just about everyone that put this together, right? So please, you get the honors of introducing them. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I will say this. If you've done any sort of project managing, you know there's always a core team that does the work. I mean, Boo is on the outside looking pretty, as Corey says. But the core team for us, of course, is our executive director, who is invaluable to us. And so that's Paulette Holloway. Come on forward. And on the Dante side, we've got Corey. He is the Senior VP of Development. Where's Mr. Powell? Corey Powell. And we also have Kofi Moreau. Kofi is the development manager. Where is Kofi? There's Kofi. So these are the day-to-day folks that make this happen. I actually have a full-time job with the federal government, so I'm not here every day. But I count on Ms. Holloway, and she's like my right hand, so we talk at least 3 to 4 times a week, so I'll know what's going on. But she is actually here making it happen, and Corey and Kofi are just a phone call away. And then, of course, we can't forget the young ladies. So you mentioned them earlier, so I'm going to mention them. We have LaToya, who's in the back. Raise your hand. And we have Adora. Hey, Adora. So I will take the responsibility for these ladies being hired, because prior to that, it was just these guys. Just these men. And I was like, wait a minute, now what's going on here? So we got 2 new ladies, and it's wonderful. So this is the core team, so I'm going to get out the way so they can say a few words.
Good afternoon. My name again is Paulette Holloway, and I serve as the executive director day to day in the building with the ladies, but I also serve my wonderful board. So I play kind of a dual role. And you know, one of my jobs is to be an advocate for the women. Now, Director Wells, I'm not sure that you remember when you were Councilman Wells that things weren't going well over here for my ladies, and I called and made an appointment, and you entertained me and actually got me some help so we could get some services in the building for our ladies. So that's what we do here. We advocate on behalf of our ladies. I am so excited that we're able to do this, because what you all don't know from being out here is that we have units in the building that are the dormitory style. And these ladies have lived here in these dormitory style units all these years, but after this project, they'll actually be able to have their own personal bathrooms and wonderful showers and wonderful areas where they can get together. So that's the stuff that excites me. We're here to make life better for these tenants, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Now, these guys behind me, we've been working together. We fight a lot. and they're kind of challenging, but I kind of like them. So I think we're going to be a good team to make sure we keep moving forward to progress and do what we want to do. I want to acknowledge our staff. We've got some amazing staff here. They're hanging back over there in the corner near the food table. There's Callie and Cecil and Arisha and some guys that you can't see, David and Gregory, and Sean's at the desk, so she can't be out here. And I saw Delma. We've got a lot of folk here that make this building work, and I just want to acknowledge them. Of course, I want to say hi to my ladies. They know I love them. Some of them call me school teacher and stuff like that because I'm kind of their mother, but really excited to be a part of them. Want to also acknowledge our partners. I saw Vermont Avenue Baptist Church come in, and I know that there's some other folk here that I can't see, but just want you to know we love you, we thank you, and we're going to make this work because our ladies are going to succeed. Thank you.
So thank you, Ms. Holloway. So I don't think we're that difficult to work with. So we think we work for Bua, but we really and truly work for Ms. Plummer and Ms. Holloway. So these are our real bosses. So I definitely want to give them another round of applause for entrusting us to try to help move their vision forward. Thank you so much to the ladies of the board of directors. I too am fortunate enough to work with an amazingly talented group of teammates. A couple of them were just hanging out in the back, but they've disappeared. I think Latoya Thomas has gotten a number of hand claps for this event today, but I just want to give her one more because she's like our resident cat herder at this point. Adora Ibo, who's hiding out as well. Thank you so much for keeping us sane and keeping everything together. The newest member of the team, Ike Emo, who's somewhere hiding out here as well. Hand raised, hiding out in the back, helping out as well. Lending a helping hand. And then last but certainly not least, what I say is the best development manager in DC, Kofi Monroe. So I'm gonna hand it off to him in 1 second. We've talked a lot about partnerships here today. All of our partners are sitting here with us today, and we're really fortunate about that. I just want to acknowledge a couple of folks whose names you've probably heard here today, but they've been hearing my voice on phone calls and in meetings for the last 2 years. So just want to publicly thank them for all the hard work that they've done. We truly have some amazing public servants in the District of Columbia that are focused on creating and preserving affordable housing for those that need it the most. So particularly at the Department of Housing and Community Development, Polly Donaldson's team, but particularly John Lestitian, Okeana Bunyam, who's not here, Wanda Pope, and Andy Ridley. The Housing Authority, some of you are here. And Paul Walker, sorry Paul, see you in the building. James Allen's here as well. Valisha Ward, who may or may not be here also. The Housing Authority, a group that worked extremely hard. Hi, Carrie Smizer, Alistair Smith, Mary Gross Falwell, and Andrea Powell, who I know is here as well. Hi, Andrea. We've talked about our friends at Wells Fargo, and Carissa, thank you as well for all the work that you've done. So with that said, I'm going to turn this over to Kofi because he does most of the work anyway. So continue on.
Don't believe everything you hear, but thank you for the gracious words. As you can see, there's definitely a lot of people that have worked together to make this possible, or at least to get to this day. Did a very good job of naming some of the people that were in the background, but there's a whole nother team of folks that have worked tirelessly over the some of them with us for the last 2 years, some over the last year and a half, some over the last year, but everyone has worked hard. I definitely want to give a big shout out to our property managers who are currently here, Residential One. I know I saw Tony, Louie, Cecil's in the back, Kelly's back there, Risha, thank you guys. Apparently we're challenging to work with, but you guys are doing a great job, so keep it up. My architects, I believe Mark couldn't be here today, but Chris and Alan are here. Thank you guys. Amazing job. I think these ladies will be very happy with the building when it's done. We talked about the historic nature of this property. Ronnie McGee and Associates, I don't believe they could be here today, but they've done an amazing job helping us work with the Historic Preservation Board to make sure that we don't put up a pink building and that it's something that's historic, that matches what was here and will continue to carry on the legacy for the building. Compass, our owner's rep, Patrick's here. Thank you. I don't know what I would do without you, but you and Rick, great supports when it comes to design, development, and construction. Determined by Design, we're bringing in some really, really chic, very nice interior design for these ladies. Kia Weatherspoon, she's there in the back. She does some amazing work. If you need any interior design, go see Kia. Rheingold Link. They've come probably our most recent partners, but they're working with us to get all of our PR out to make sure we don't say the wrong thing, because you don't want me up here too long. But they're doing an amazing job. I mean, you can tell, testament to everyone that was here, everyone that's come up and said their words. They've helped us corral and make that possible. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's been a pleasure working with everyone, and great to see you guys come out. Thank you.
Okay, so before we wrap up, we have some special guests in the house. My lovely wife is here, as well as my parents who flew in all the way from, not for me, they flew in for, my parents are there. Mom, Dad, could you wave your hand so they can see? As well as my brother, who's trying to be, is also here as well. So as you can see, it's a family affair. They keep me straight, and every now and then they tell me they love me, or they tell me they're proud. But you know, thank you all so much for coming and spending this very, very special and joyous day with us. And with that, let's break some more bricks and start the construction. 1, 2, 3.